Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cold for episode 99 of On the Backs of Gods. Who? What are you gonna do? Triple digits on the way, boys. I'm sure everything will be fine on that episode 100. Anywho, I'm your DM, Jillian, and we have our players today. We have Kyle, Mac, and Josh. Joshua was kind enough to control our barbarian today. I'm sure that will go well and nothing bad will happen. Who needs a barbarian at this point in time? I'll go ahead and give us a quick recap. And I think we can jump back into things. Finally got me one of them nice cliffhangers. You know, some of them are okay, and some of them I think are just the good stuff. And I feel good about this one. Last session, you all had delved deeper into this wizard's tower, below the waves, below the earth, upside down, submerged in the dirt, deep below the water, trying to pay off a debt by collecting items. And as you gather a few many things, finding some things on your list, you find one of the denizens of the tower, a woman full now of corruption. You can't even really say woman anymore. It is a once thing, is what corrupted beings are. They are not people anymore. They are not animals. But this one had intention, motive. Only one. And that was to protect the way down. And that thing died trying. Almost taking the party with them, still being able to cast magic, which is a strange feat from a corrupted being.
Heretofore unseen.
But you are able to collect a gem off of its body, which is one of the two gems you are looking for. And as you continue deeper, you find the second denizen of the tower, who is currently trapped inside of a mirror, casts tongues on themselves to communicate, and basically asks you to let them out. And with only a vibe check, Roshan places his sword against the mirror and casts Shatter at the point where the mirror shatters into rain, into millions upon millions of pieces, like a curtain, just falling from one place to the next. And that's where we're gonna pick up, is with the mirror exploding. Millions of pieces, as if someone opened a bag of glitter and spilled it from the ceiling.
Oh boy.
And you
watch
watch
sharp shards
as her image, it seems that she got up a bit and braced for impact. She put a hand to her own gem, and you watched a shimmer of something akin to armor move across her shoulders. And as the mirror explodes, some of the shards gather in chunks, and it looks like ice as it falls to the ground and skids away in different directions. Followed by a full woman who seems to step out of space and into yours. Kind of the image of a rope trick, stepping out of nothing into the existence. And this person steps from where the mirror is, which is halfway up the wall, and fully into Roshan. This woman stumbles in the air and fully hits into Roshan and grabs onto him. She's a bit taller than you, Roshan, and you all can hear the clack of heels as she hits the ground, and just has fully gripped onto you as to not just the glass fall down. You
Nana
can see
moves
a bit
forward to help bolster Roshan up, make sure he doesn't fall.
Just
it's okay.
But there's a bit of steam off the shoulders, Roshan. You can feel that it's cold. And it takes a moment, maybe 4 seconds tops. She straightens up and fully steps away. She places herself, she steps a few feet away from Roshan, and she steps her place kind of at a triangle to the group, where she is now the closest person to the stairs, moving out of this sort of blocked in space to a much more escapable position.
That's fair.
And she takes the place in. She still looks as she did in the mirror, as she did in the paintings. And her eyes scan and stop like at the runes on the wall. You watch her head tilt slightly. She looks to the stairs. It's upside down. Huh.
Yes. As we said, the tower was destroyed long ago and fell into the sea. Seems that it came in top down and became planted that way.
Hmm. She looks over the group. Gorbjorn is still in the back pillaging, and seems to not react to that. Seems unbothered at the moment. The energy she gives is that she seems tired and a bit aloof. Roshan, you pick up on that she is fully on guard. This is her on guard. Is just this very kind of relaxed, pulled back sort of energy. And Roshan, you keep seeing her occasionally flick her fingers, and you watch just like little sparks of magic come off. She just occasionally flicks her fingers. Explain yourselves.
That is a not a good story, but I'll give it to you in short. We were traveling south along our east in our continent, and a person we were traveling with was slain by someone in a town we came upon, and then we went to that town, and to pay for their resurrection, we robbed them. We took things from their house. They tracked us down and told us that we could repay them by pillaging this tower and taking everything of worth from it, including these 2 gems. And he'll point to the one on her chest, because I don't know where the other one is. I think it's probably in the bag.
Gorbjorn has the other one in the bag of holding.
Okay.
We do have the painting of her and the other person.
You guys have a lot of this woman's belongings, yes.
I mean, I'm sure we do.
This person is a collector and a big fan of all things ancient and elf, and I'm sure they would be delighted to meet you if you would deign to. But what is it that you want?
Originally, I was interested in 2 options. That was leaving my prison or dying, whichever one happened. I wasn't picky. I did not know if that would work. You can take things. That's fine. This is no longer a home, I would say. There are things that I want, but all of us are in a bit of a situation, I think.
You referred to it as your prison. Were you put in that mirror against your will? Or has it just gone on longer than you wanted?
I did not put myself there.
You mentioned the darkness.
I did. She looks back to just this cascade of glass on the floor. I was put there by darkness. And you can see like her lip tremble a bit. The first sign of fear in this moment. I was visited by darkness, by Chernobog. That
we know
name
that
does
name?
not ring a bell with any of you.
Was this Chernobog an emissary of the darkness, or were they the darkness incarnate?
He encapsulates it. He makes it. He is it. He is no emissary of anyone. He is only himself. But he showed up and my God did not, so.
Excuse me, but the names of your god and their divine enemy don't ring any bells. I'm not familiar with them.
Their names were not passed on in our legends, at the very least, not to our present day.
Do the names Odin, Freya,
Bragi?
Thor, Bragi, Gulvag, do they mean anything to you?
I have heard those before. Gods from another land, not mine.
The land.
Well, that land is where you are now, or at least several miles off the coast of it, with not but whispers of other lands out in the sea.
We met one man who traveled from his faraway continent where they had waged war against their gods. That is all I've ever heard of.
He didn't speak of your gods either.
Mm-mm.
It is strange because I believe those gods were not incredibly far from where I was stationed. There was a mountain, so we did not have much issue, but not an ocean away. I am from Perrin.
Perrin?
He like reads all of your faces and is like, all right. Like fully's like, all right. That means nothing to anybody.
We would say that our land is fairly far north, is that right? At least based on what we were told by Ptolemaeus?
You were given a map by Ptolemaeus. Well, Gorbjorn drew a picture of Ptolemaeus's map.
I don't suppose... Gorbjorn, do you still have that map that Toll gave? Well, that you copied off of Toll's?
He pops up and he's like wearing a white marble mask.
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
is in the same vein as the bust that you saw. He's like,
Nana's not a fan of white masks in general, but you know, it's fine. It's fine.
He pulls out his pile of maps that he's collecting and presents the one that he got from Ptolemaeus. Multiple continents, and around your continent specifically, there are a lot of kind of jagged rock situations further out from your coast, as if a mountain had sunk into the sea, per se, is the visage of it. That's why you can't really travel too much from your continent back and forth. It's dangerous. Also, there might be a giant snake monster, unclear.
Unclear.
Everyone just says the big snake monster.
Mhm.
They're like, we don't know if Jormungand's dead. We're not gonna go in the ocean. That's crazy.
We're not chancing it. So if we show our new friend this map, Nana could indicate like where we are now, and like the fact that this is like off the coast of our continent, and indicate where Ptolemaeus came from, and so do you think that your mountain was perhaps where we are now, but it's sunk by this time? Or do you think it was elsewhere?
I would like to be more helpful, but this map does not look like any map I have seen before. It is very scattered.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you are still alive?
Mm.
As best as any of us know, this tower has been here for, correct me if I'm wrong, at least 10,000 years.
Something along those lines.
Even
if in fact
even
it
an
fell.
elf.
Huh. I hope it has not been that long for her sake.
I don't want to distress you. When you see the room above us now, your partner, she'd been taken over by corruption, and for the first time, that we have seen, she was able to carry out her duty despite that corruption. She wore holes in the floor, pacing back and forth, waiting to protect you. And when we laid her to rest, her body crumbled into ashes. After all this time, nothing could hold her together.
She had also used some sort of light magic. I can only assume something of your god's magic system. As a god of light. Probably hoping to purify the place and prevent our progress.
Mm. You motions to Gorbjorn. Currently have her blessing. The gem. That is one of the things I want.
We do. And I think we should give it to her. But I would ask, could you do us a favor and share with the man that hired us just a glimpse of these items and perhaps a chat, and hopefully that will absolve us of some of our debt to him.
It would mean a great deal to us, and we would certainly not wish to part you from these items, but they were requested very specifically, which is why we ask that he be allowed to see them and to speak with you.
I'm going to get this out of the way, so we can continue on friendly terms. I think you all are straightforward. I do not think you mean me any harm. If you did, that would be silly of you. I am saying now that usually when trade comes into conversation, some people don't handle it well. If a hand is raised against me, I promise you, one of you will not be coming back, at minimum.
We are not interested in fighting you.
I just am informing you I will not go down alone. But out of the way.
I'm
You
Fen,
wish
by
for
the
me
way.
to speak to your patron?
Patron is a strong word. The man who hired us doesn't deserve any more reverence than that.
Man
We
who
are not
coerced us.
enamored of him.
I'm Fen, by the way. What's your name?
My name is Eliona.
Eliona, I'm Nana. Nana will give Gorbjorn a small nudge with an elbow. Presumably while he's still rummaging for stuff, but you know, manners is
Yeah, he
manners.
comes up, holding like a gem and a ring, and he's like, "Oh, Gorbjorn, Prince Gorbjorn," and then like goes back to what he's doing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And to be polite, you did free me without much hesitation, which I find interesting, but I won't complain. I have things that are not on the material plane, and would be happy to line your pockets a bit more if you give me the things in my home that I ask for. But first, the gem.
I think
Of
that
course.
seems fair.
If Gorbjorn doesn't offer it up, I think Roshan would go over and grab it out of the bag for her.
He does not actively make the choice to give it back, is
That
what we'll
makes
say.
sense.
But
That's
but
a
you
very
go over
Gorbjorn thing.
and pull out. She extends a hand forward and takes the gem. What's your passive insight, Roshan?
20.
Aren't you
goddamn.
spicy?
He is spicy. Spicier than me.
Well, I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay. Roshan says to her after that, I think, what was in the tower above you? And he looks straight down.
What's above you, my guy?
Yeah.
She places the gem into a pocket. Her dress is like very thick, and you can tell it's because it's made to be nice armor. It is a dress and looks to be fabric, but it is thick and solid. Like there are things shoved into different parts to make this a bit harder to stab. And scanning her outfit, you do see near the bottom there is a bit of a dark stain, kind of right at the hem, which would have been hidden under her legs in her sitting position, but just very obvious a dried blood situation at the edge of the dress.
So I guess as Roshan holds hands over the gem, he asks, are you in need of any healing?
Oh, she glances like over herself and then like sees the edge of her dress and like picks it up. That is not mine. And lets go of the edge. And points up and then down. It is an observatory to watch the stars.
And
I don't know the state it is in, but it's what it was.
was there anyone else in the tower other than you and had we caught the other woman's name?
Yes.
Katerina?
Yeah, Ekaterina.
Eliona and
And
Ekaterina.
you also caught the name Maxim.
Yeah,
Um,
but Maxim was outside fighting the darkness. He rolled to attack the darkness and failed.
He should have used
nat
magic
one.
missile.
No, no, many, at least a handful. Yeah. We knew we were going to be attacked. So we had friends come to our aid. It was during a time of respite. So we were not expecting an attack, especially at our home. So a few people, I'm assuming, were here during whatever this is. Well, they got the jump on us, so I can't be mad about it.
I'm sorry for your loss. But hopefully we can get you out of here safely and point you toward the resources you would like to further your journey.
I see. I'd like to go. I'm done here. I will point you in the direction of nice things if you have not already pilfered them. And she walks towards now the slightly more difficult slide. And she sort of eyes it up for a second.
We have been letting ourselves down by rope across these inclines. Would you care to make use of one?
So you all had been using ropes and holding them. So there's currently not like a dangling rope. Somebody would have to like run up and be the rope man.
I mean, yeah. Nana could do that. She's
Are
been...
there's... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, she's been doing that.
Are there still floors below above us?
The observatory,
One.
she
Because there's
mentioned.
one more.
Okay. Are we gonna want to check out that before? I'm not sure there's many stars to see from there, but
Well, there may or may not be, I suppose, something else in there. Either that Eliana may wish for, or may be of some use to the man employing us.
Eliona looks over. You're welcome to look at whatever you like. I don't need to. And she kind of approaches the steps and like murmurs under her breath and then like tries to sprint up that bitch. Like fucking runs for it.
Does it look like she has a hard time?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
Looking at these stats, maybe.
Nana will stand at the base of this incline just on the off chance she comes sliding back down and needs something softer than stone to fall on.
These dice today, boys. She like takes a step and then the step kind of just pulls back. She does not leave like the floor. And she's like, that'll be up there. And she disappears. She has to use a spell slot to get up there.
Fair enough.
Let me take away.
Probably for the best to give her a little bit of time to herself up there, no?
For sure.
suppose so.
Let's have a look
Roshan-
at the next one.
Roshan, how do you propose to get her to the surface?
We can only hope
I
she knows
think
something for breathing
she
underwater.
is a wizard and should be able to account for some things on her own.
Swim, bitch. You got arms, bitch.
We do have, don't we
but-
have like a super flotation device or something?
Yeah, we've got floaties.
I understand, but she'll need to breathe along the way, no?
Depends on
I
how
mean-
fast the float works.
She'll be fine.
All right,
We'll
I'll
ask
take
her
your
when
word
we
for
get
it.
to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Nana, do you want to go down these stairs first?
I think you've had plenty of opportunity to take a beating.
Yeah,
Let's
there was dust
have
in
me
my
do it.
eye. I was distracted.
Right. No, it's fine. I'll give it a shot. Nana will go down first on this one.
Sure. Would you like to be stealthy about it?
She would like to, yes, be stealthy in doing
By
so.
all means, give it a go.
Nana will give it a go. It's not the best roll, but I have good stealth. It's a 13.
I was just like 4.
I have +7 to stealth, so thank goodness
Oh.
it won't be that bad, but
You make your way into the next space, and it's incredibly dark. Like, this place does not have the glow on the walls that the rest of the space did.
I got
And
lantern.
as you move in, it is pitch black, except for the floor, where you see little pinpricks of stars.
How? Huh. Nana wants to open the lantern of revealing a crack and try and kind of like peer around, see if there's anything of immediate danger.
Roll a perception check.
It's a nat 1, baby!
That's what we're talking about. Dork, they're stars. You do see that, like, it could just be because there's a bright light shining on it, but like, if you focus the light on a spot, you can see the stone of the building. But the whole floor, once ceiling, is covered in stars and larger bodies of sorts, and they are in motion.
Well, I can't say it's normal. It looks like there's a whole night sky going on this ceiling floor thing.
All right, I'm
It's
coming
not
down.
just the stone.
I'm coming down.
And then Fen was there.
Yeah.
Do the stars, being that Nana and I probably navigate by the stars occasionally, like we'd at least be able to like find north and know some constellations.
I've heard of a star before. Yeah.
And we know of some constellations.
Yeah.
Like Nana and Roshan have had
Do
conversations
they look
about
like the
those.
stars of our sky?
Both of you are welcome to roll survival, or you're welcome to give one of yourselves advantage. Up to you.
There's a nat 20 with a +10 to survival, so 30 to survival.
Well, goddamn.
Could have used the nat 20 in combat last session, but I'll take it now.
Nana's like, it dork is stars,
Is
you know?
dork. I mean, I have a 16 plus 6, 24.
Yeah, you both could probably ascertain that this is your location.
This would be the sky overhead over this part of the world.
Yes.
How strange.
I think Gorbjorn would follow them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Makes sense.
Roshan just wants to point toward the floor above him where he thinks the woman might be and send a message that says, "Is there anything you'd like us to collect from the observatory for you?"
There's nothing there I can move. Would you like to join me up here?
I don't think I can get up there. I could cast Expeditious Retreat. Yes, Yes, I will.
You are the speediest little bitch. The thing is, even if you were terrible at it, the speed at which your feet move, inevitably you will get up there, even if it's just like a lot of in-place movement, but you eventually will scuttle your way up there.
I
She's
imagine like
currently
plankton.
standing, as you enter the space, she's currently standing in the center of the room where the creature prior had fully exploded their hammer on the ground. And your passive insight's so high, it's just so high. You can tell she is like following the lines with her eyes. Like she's like, and she'll like walk over a little bit and like lean and come back to the center. She didn't say anything to you when you get up there. She just asked you to come up there and has not said anything.
I think Roshan would give her a couple minutes of silence for her to process whatever she's feeling and not stare, but feel approachable.
He gives
You
off
present
the
your
approachable
shoulder
vibes.
just really casually, like, look at my supportive shoulder. I'm
Very
Very
absorbent
here.
fabric here.
Look at if you observed. See, the thing is, I don't even want to make you roll insight. What's the point? This guy is trained on it. What's the point at this? Unless somebody's like actively lying to you, what's the point? But she scans the place and then she turns to look at you after a moment. And give me perception first, real fast. Insight, I'll give you. That's fine. But
that is a 13 perception.
Before she approaches you, she murmurs under her breath. And she says, "So brilliant, my love." And then like takes a moment and then turns to face you, face aloof, eyes dry. Where is her body?
It's on the next floor up. We didn't feel safe resting in this room after she nearly killed all of us, and so we took her body up another floor.
She is the most talented fighter I've ever met, and I can only assume in death she has a piece of that. You are lucky she was dead. And she moves around and like picks up like a broken piece of glass and is like, "That's a shame. That was expensive." And like throws it to the ground. She sort of just takes one more look at the scratches on the ground and then like starts to make her way to the next set of stairs. And she like glances back. "You're a magic practitioner?"
I am.
Learned?
What's that?
Learned?
Yes. Taught by a man blessed by our goddess of magic.
Sounds special.
I thought it was.
You're under none of my business. She's gonna take another run at these steps. Here we go, bitch. Jesus Christ. This time she like starts to get up and she like spreads her arms out and she's like, "Fucking humiliating." And then she like struggles her way up. But she is able to start getting to the next floor on her own this time. Meanwhile, the group downstairs, this room seems empty except for the night sky, so it seems incredibly full, but there's no like objects in the room.
Okay. Nothing comes across as like an object that could be taken. It's all just literally the walls. They look like stars and planets and things, and that's it.
Yeah, Gorbjorn's still wearing this mask, and he's like, holy shit. He's like looking around like wide-eyed.
Gorbjorn, that mask in the dark looks very off-putting. Could I please ask for you to take it off, please?
Roll persuasion, because I'm Gorbjorn today.
I understand. That's fair. It's not the worst I've ever done on persuasion, actually. 14?
Use commanding presence.
I'm not gonna blow
I
that on
command
my.
you to take the fucking mask off.
I'm not gonna do that to Gorbjorn. He's my buddy.
He looks around, taking in the sky for a bit longer. Okay. And you watch him like close his eyes and then take it off and then look, and he's like, okay. And then puts the mask in his bag.
Thank you. Reminded me of our not so good friend from the vines, you know. Anyway,
I
it doesn't
think,
really seem as though there's much for us to take here.
yeah, I think upon seeing nothing there, he might use his wolf eyes.
I will say he does not feel inclined to do so.
Oh, okay.
Not at this juncture. Arcane. So technically the wife's body is 2 rooms away because you took it to the bedroom. So there's still the library in between. So that would be the next room you all arrive in. Had to make a list because this place is slowly rotting my brain.
Makes sense.
You can hear from the stairwell, "Are you coming?" as she struggles up the stairs.
Yeah, Roshan would follow if there's still time left on his expeditious retreat. Otherwise, he can cast it a couple more times. And I think moving up 2 stories, he would follow her to the first one and then say, perhaps let me go first and I'll throw down a rope for you.
Just a moment. You want things? She stops like in the center of the library and she's like looking up at the orb above her. That's strange. Unnerving.
We've taken a few things, but if you can point us toward the texts that would be most useful or most helpful, absolutely.
Give me a topic.
Magic, your religion,
How long?
shadows.
She stares at you for a hot fucking second when you say shadows. I advise that if you see shadows, do not get lost staring into them. And how long does this spell last? That's annoying, but we're gonna do it. She casts fly on herself and then moves upwards towards the orb. So we're going with magic and gods. And she places a hand on the orb. The arcane, the pantheon, and books start to some on the ground are struggle to try and get up, but they don't seem to have as much strength as the ones on the shelves. Multiple books fly out and start making neat little piles. There you go. Magic, gods.
Wow.
Are there any that you would like to take or preserve?
I was bamboozled.
Oh no.
I thought a cat wanted to come inside. They did not.
Aren't they always like that?
She looks down at you. Actually, there is a book I'm interested in. And she floats down away from the orb and stops in front of you a couple inches off the ground, so adding to her height against you. Still very casual and like just very relaxed in appearance. Have you come across a journal?
I have. It was another of the things that Silas wanted, and it is in our bag, if it's the one you're thinking of. And I will get it for you as soon as my friends return to me.
Good. One more floor?
One more floor.
All right. Let me try one more fucking time. And then she like steps ahead and just glides up.
And Roshan does Looney Tunes feet.
And
just imagine like that
up,
Warner Brothers.
like he's on ice.
Yeah.
Like he's
totally,
just running in place on ice, but he's slowly moving upwards.
Totally wanted her to take his hand like Peter Pan style and like fly him up the stairs.
They're not there yet.
That did not cross her mind even a little bit. But the rest of you are still a few floors below now. Are you going to start heading your way back up, or is there anything you wanted to do and or talk about while separated?
I mean, nothing comes to Nana's mind. She kind of half expected Roshan to come down with us and was a bit surprised to see that he didn't,
dead.
but
he never came back.
Oh no!
Nothing. No reply.
No. Oh no, he dead! No,
Nothing.
I think Nana would probably suggest we start making our way back up. It's going to be a little bit difficult getting the full tally for Silas without the gems, but hopefully I don't know. Hopefully whatever Eliana can offer to us will be sufficient in value to offset them.
I suppose so. I don't know what we're doing at this point. I just don't want to be in this tower when our ability to breathe water runs out, so let's head back up.
I agree. I don't think we've spent that much time down here just yet, but yes, let's make our way up quickly.
I can't see the sun or the stars. I don't know how much time we've spent down here at all. I've got no concept of it. I know we've taken 2 breaks, long enough to patch up our wounds. Let's just not make this any longer than it needs to be.
I'm with you on that.
No rolls from the barbarian and the martial classes to casually walk up a slide. It's just our little spellcasters who are going to struggle with that. I'm gonna assume the rest of you can like double jump your way up the sides if need be. But our old wizard in heels is going to struggle in that department.
That's fair.
But the rest of you start making your way up. Actually, this is not to see if you guys eat shit. It's to see how quickly you all move.
Okay.
So I would like athletic or acrobatics from everyone except Roshan. So give me Gorbjorn. Just to see how much alacrity we're moving with here.
13 for Gorbjorn.
Okay.
18 to acrobatics.
18 to athletics.
Yeah, pretty good. Gorbjorn's just like digging his feet in while you guys are like bouncing about the place and whatnot. It's like he's hiking up a hill. But all of you are going. You get to the next landing, which is where you found her, the room with the mirror. She and Roshan are not present, and you start to make your way to the next room.
Can I get like a small bag full of the mirror dust?
Sure.
right.
You go and scoop it up, and it's a little weird looking. Like, it doesn't present the same as the mirror that you ground up before. There's almost like a solidity to it. Like, when it fell in places, it's almost like trying to be a mirror again in that spot, like doing its damnedest to come together, but it's in billions and billions of pieces, so it can't. So you're like, okay, scoop it into the bag. All right.
Yeah, just a little,
we
little
go.
bag, about yay
just a little
big or
baggie.
so.
Like a couple grams of it, it's fine.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
guys
just gonna
go
start
to
selling mirror on the streets.
You guys want mirror? You guys want some mirror?
Baggie full of
Do
mirror?
not snort it, you will die.
You will die.
Immediately.
You haven't seen yourself until you've seen yourself in this shit.
Oh boy.
You guys go to the next floor, which is the one where you fought the other woman, and Roshan and the woman are not present. And you go up to the next floor, which is the library, and Roshan and the woman are not present. Interesting.
Nana's not freaking out. Definitely not.
And as you make your way up, Roshan, you watch as she enters the bedroom. As you enter behind her in this space. And she immediately moves to this, like, it's like a pile of charcoal. That's what it looks like on this carpet, is just charcoal. And she stands in front of it, back straight, looking down. And then she kneels in front of it. Could you explain very quickly the nature of your corruption to me?
When the gods fell, they leached their magic into the land, and that magic seeks out that what was once living and animates it again. Fills it with a black ichor and controls it. And I've seen one other specimen that was able to perform a duty while affected by this corruption. But that duty seems to have been connected to magic. So she was the only person who I've seen could resist the pull of the corruption and make her own way.
I see. And she pulls like a satchel off of her side, off of like where maybe she keeps some components for spell casting, and she like dumps out a bag and looks down at the ashes. And you hear her softly say, "You are my better." And she pushes like a handful of the ashes into this bag.
She said, "You are my better?"
Yeah. And she looks at her hands that are now like stained and at the carpet. "All I need is one piece to bring you back." And she puts the satchel back at her side. "But until then," she takes a scoop of the ashes. Roshan, you watch as she shoves it into her mouth. She takes the ashes and begins to just force them into her mouth, which is when the rest of you walk in.
Not to question your culture or your practices, or are you Just for clarification, are you placing the ashes of your partner in your mouth right now?
I would like to be with her. And your friend informed me that corruption only affects dead things. I'm not dead yet.
Well, that's also not quite true, but I think whatever your... Would it be fair to call her your wife, your lover? How should we refer to her?
We were married. She is my wife.
Of course.
When your wife stopped moving, it was because in her final act, she released a large amount of divine energy that hurt us all, and I think it cleansed this room of the corruption and the corruption that was in her body. But corruption usually only affects the dead, but in certain cases it can affect the living.
At the very least, burning remains has shown to no longer result in the remains animating directly.
If she wishes to affect me in some way, she is welcome to. And she stands up and she goes over to the closet and like pulls like a bag out and like just kind of like throws it down and like opens the closet and is like, "You stole my dresses?" Like,
well, we didn't know there was anyone else here to require them. We can give them back if you need them.
Let me see. And she starts like pulling through the clothing to try and find something to put into this bag. I was informed you have my journal. I would like that as well, please. You may place it in the bag. She does not turn to face you, just keeps pushing through the clothing.
Roshan would collect that for her.
Gorbjorn just like bows up, but like does nothing. Like he's like, maybe if I do this, nobody will. Okay.
Okay, fine. It's like, yeah, no, it is the right thing to do. Also, okay.
Also, open your deep bag. And she, after like throwing, like she like looks at a piece of clothing and is like, terrible. And like throws it into the bag. She goes over to Gorbjorn, and you watch as she like moves her hands across, and there's like a little shimmer in the air, and she like places her hand and it disappears. Her hand disappears into the air in front of her. And she reaches in and pulls out a book, which she puts in her bag. She also pulls out a locket, which she puts in her bag. And then she kind of positions Gorbjorn next to it and like shifts the entrance of this this space towards the bag. And you can hear the sound of just a bunch of shit falling into there. And the rest of it is yours. I don't need it. And wow. That space closes.
Whew. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Gorbjorn tries to like see what it was, but there's nothing in the bag to see now. He's like, mystery. And she's like not going to like wash the ashes off. Like they're still on her hands, and she like slowly sort of like moves her hands together. And you can see that her tongue is now colored black, and only there's like the faint hint of the rune still on her tongue. So now it has like a large kind of prominence against the space, seeing the spell she cast there. Let me see in your bag which dresses you took. And she goes over and she like,
we can do that.
Starts pulling out dresses, like
dress,
going through her closet that you guys stole from the bag.
We're sorry.
It is fine. Where I'm from, we have very cruel words for people who steal from sites of battle, but it's
We
been a
weren't
while.
aware that it was a battle that felled this place. The
No,
legend
it's
of
fine.
what happened here is long since lost. No one could say if it
You
fell in a
you
natural
assumed
disaster
all
or not.
dead.
We
That
did.
is fine.
Unfortunately, this
No
land is
such
one
luck.
that is riddled with dead.
We also, the corruption keeps people around in one form or another for far longer than they deserve to be. And I believe there are several people who might have been fighting outside the tower, fused to its base underwater now, covered with
They-
corals and still aching to kill. But it was my intention, had we the time on leaving, to end their misery.
There is a slight smile. I appreciate dedication. They'll be put out of their misery. They
Sure.
deserve it. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer. Now that I have received my things, I think we're in a very good spot.
Well, this isn't something I expect you to have the answer to now, but where will you go once we reach the surface? What will you do?
Well, I have no money. I do not know where I am, and I have no connections. Something. I'll do something. I will try. There is a teleportation chamber a little bit up.
Was
I shall
that
use that.
destroyed?
I mean, I
Yes.
think that
Yes,
was
it
the
was
room with the
destroyed.
lightning zapping orb.
I believe something, the event that brought you here may have destroyed your teleportation room. The crystal in the center sent out lightning bolts until we destroyed it. So I'm sorry if that was needed for function, but I know of at least one person with access to a teleportation chamber, and if you need a holy site to perform the ritual of reincarnation or to raise your lover from the dead, might I suggest my hometown? It is dedicated to the goddess of magic, and there's a hallowed statue, and it might be a good locus of power for you.
Failing that, there are other places of magic or of learning or of other various forms of influence. We could probably turn you in the right direction depending on what you need.
I see. Well, that's some bad luck, isn't it? I guess I am staying on your corruption-laden continent then?
Well,
For the foreseeable future. But I do know of a teleportation circle that I could probably pull a few strings and let you use.
That is polite of you.
the least that we could do, considering all that's happened to you so far.
Well, it evens out that you were willing to either free me or kill me, so. Kind of negates the pillaging a bit, you know.
Yeah. Sorry. It's, I'm not thrilled it's become something of a necessity with our travels, but unfortunately, we have not much influence ourselves and find ourselves often under the influence of more powerful folk than we, who require things that oftentimes must be taken from long abandoned homes and places of sad history.
I am not the thieving type. That has never been my way of getting around.
Honestly, it's not
Well,
ours
that's it.
either.
By preference.
Not your preference. But I can say this. I will not be remembered for my morals. That is not how my people will remember me. They will remember battles won. That's all that is important. And she like adjusts her dress.
I How would you like to be remembered? By us, since we are likely the only ones alive to remember you at this point.
Roshan is a talented bard. He could give you a tribute that would suit your taste.
I specialize in writing sad songs, so
There is that.
I would say most of my story is not very sad.
I'm sure he can expand upon his genre.
Since she could hold a blade and I could wield magic, we have served the light. It's what we have always done. And finally, you do that for long enough and you will be praised by many, especially the one you serve. And he gifted us power and status, and he wished to wage war. So we did.
War
wonder
against
how
the
it ended.
darkness.
In life, you need both. There's light and darkness, and together they make balance. And if those two things will not come together, there cannot be balance. So my god, Bello, wished for balance, and Chernobog and his people disagreed. I wonder how that war ended. I don't know.
well, we're heading toward the greatest library in our known world. So if you'd like to join us for a little while, perhaps they have any answers you might seek.
I will consider it. Thank you. All right. Her fly spell has worn off.
Oh no.
And she sort of looks ahead.
Well, if all else fails, there's always rope. I can scurry up and secure one if you like.
I don't know
No.
how far we are up at this point, but on some of the floors, between some of the floors higher, there's some rope left.
Yeah. I think at the floor that like once was the teleportation chamber, I believe has a rope dangling inside of it. So I think there's one more room, the bisected room, that does not have rope. Would you like to come in? And with that, as they make their way up to the next floor, we're gonna take a 10-minute break, and I can let my cats inside. Get a snack, get a drink. We can watch this woman walk through her home that is destroyed and pillaged.
And upside down.
See you guys in 10 minutes. We'll be back.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Club for episode 99 of On the Backs of Gods. Currently, the party is making friends with the woman who should not be alive that they stole a bunch of things from, but have been nice enough to give her back the 2 items she asked for, and like one of her dresses that she requested. So, pretty even, I think. I mean, they did free her from internal imprisonment inside of a mirror. So, it evens out in the end, I think. Currently, she stands looking up to the next floor and kind of takes a step back and just tries to run for it, and it actually works. You watch her just her heels click clack all the way up to the next floor. I would like everybody to roll a perception check.
16.
A nat 20. Plus,
I think you're
6.
muted, Joshua.
Yeah, 13 and a nat 1 for Gorbjorn.
Gorbjorn's just still looking for shit. Dude has a game plan. He's reaching into the bag and he's gems. He's just trying to figure out what she put in there and just is guessing things and pulling them out.
Mm-hmm.
Nana, you watch her as she casually jogs up the slide, kind of getting the hang of it now, I guess. And the size of her hair, her ears are kind of covered by it. And as the hair sort of bounces a bit, you can see that they protrude out of the top a bit.
Okay.
So it seems she has long, more elven ears, and they're split at the top.
Split at the top.
The top part of the ear goes straight up, and the second split curls inwards on itself.
Interesting. So the ear has 2 points, one of which is up and the other of which curls? Interesting. And that does not look like the way that any of the other people's ears were on any other portraits we've found around here.
Oh, it looks like Maxim's.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, interesting. She didn't mention a familial tie to Maxim specifically, did she?
That it was her son.
Asked about her son. You can assume that Maxim is her son.
Okay. Interesting. Very
I
interesting.
thought when you said that Nana saw her click-clack shoes going up the stairs that she would notice that they had red bottoms or something.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you know.
She's killing me. But Nana, you also see the color of her dress is pretty high and sturdy because it is armor. But as she moves, it adjusts back slightly, and you can see there's some sort of tattoo there, but all you can see of it is this much.
And that's on the back of her neck?
The rest of it hidden by the collar.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
But the rest of you are welcome to start easily click-clacking your way up. Roshan doing his best. I believe in him. He's not wearing heels and he has a bunch of friends, so I'm going to assume he can find his way up.
Yeah, I'll help Roshan.
For sure.
Don't worry, Roshan. We got you. Roshan, as you're preparing to climb, you can feel energy behind you. And you know the shadow is standing there. Do you think it would be possible to go back to the room with the grooves on the ground?
Which room was that?
That would be you would know that that's the room where you fought the woman, where the hammer dragged through the stone.
That's only down 1 floor, 2 floors.
Down in, might be 3.
Oh my god.
We're in the bedroom still, correct? We're going up to the bisected room. So we're in the bedroom. Library, it's 2 floors down. So there's the library and then there's that room.
Roshan makes a short show of checking his pockets and says, I think I left my pen or pencil, whatever is setting appropriate.
Very good. You're doing a great job.
Charcoal.
Downstairs. I'll catch right up with you. Just going to go grab it.
Are you sure? It won't be hard for you to come back up?
Nope.
Do you want some help?
And I think he zooms away on cartoon.
You should take Gorbion. Oh, never mind.
All right. Hurry back, okay?
You hear from above. Holy shit. She's made her way to the bisected room.
Careful,
yes.
careful.
Just one touch of that water wall, we estimate would be enough to fully take apart a person. In fact, we think it may have done.
Oh. I mean, I could assume that. I won't touch it. Don't worry. And she waits for the rest of you to go up.
Yeah.
She has made her way now over once the rest of you get up there to the stain on this side of the wall. Was something here?
It predated us, but there was several of these, and not much left of them.
Well, there's nothing left of whatever was here. You all took this body.
Oh, right. Right.
You all took this body.
Was this the bisected body?
Yes, this is the bisected body.
Yes. We're not thrilled, but Silas had asked for any uncorrupted remains as part of our payment for our debt. So we did gather up the remains of someone who was here. If you want, we'd be glad to pull them out of our bag, and if they are someone who you wish to remember them by, then by all means, we would want you to have whatever you needed from them.
Can you describe their dress to me, if they had clothing visible?
It was the robe, am I remembering right? A blue robe?
They had blue robes.
A skeleton with blue robes?
All right. She places a hand to the wall on the stain. Thank you. And then takes her hand back and then looks at the wall. This is a fucking problem. She just sort of like puts her hands on her hips.
Yes,
When
the last
Roshan-
time...
Yeah. When Roshan returns, I'm sure he can get us through. It might be a little bit of a delay, but he got us through last time. He's very capable and competent.
Where is your capable and competent spellcaster?
He
said he dropped something. He'll be right back.
I can go down and make sure he can make his way back expediently. I know he has a bit more trouble with these inclines than we have.
I'm sure it's fine. And if need be, I could get us through. I most certainly can get myself through. But I think we can wait a moment, don't you?
Oh, yes.
We've got time. Not an overabundance of it, but we've got time. We have a spell currently active that will allow us to breathe underwater when we exit the tower.
Huh.
Which, have you any means of doing so?
I will tell you that where I was fighting was fully landlocked at the time. I would need like full day to like sit down and like figure my shit out if I was going to like breathe underwater. I am more prepared to end people.
Right, right. Well, unfortunately, an entire day would probably be the full amount of time we have, and then some, on our current spell, and it only came from a scroll. As far as I'm aware, we can only use it once.
It is a predicament. I'll try not to take up most of your time. I will go check up on your spellcaster then. She disappears.
Uh, should we should go down, shouldn't we? I think we should.
So everyone's like stretching in front of the water wall.
Only polite.
Like he's always prepared to just try to jump through.
Gorbjorn, please. Somebody
I
was
think I could
bisected by that water.
I could do it. I think I could do it. It's like
I-
start typing himself up.
I believe you really could if you really got yourself through, but I would be worried
Really,
that
really.
we would absolutely not be able to measure up to your level of musculature.
No, all of
and
you would
strength.
die, but I would get through.
Yeah,
Yes.
You win this one, buddy.
Thanks,
you
guys. I know.
No, please, Gorbjorn. Please. We would miss you
No,
very
no,
badly.
no.
We would miss you a lot. We'd be very sad without you.
He just kind of for a while is like, Meanwhile, Roshan, you get down to, are you using Expeditious Retreat? For
Yeah,
some alacrity?
If the first one has worn off, yeah, he would like to move fast.
How long do they last?
10 minutes.
10? Yeah, you'd need another one.
Okay.
But you zoomy your way back down, easy peasy to this place. I didn't realize before, but she made me see. I like her. I like her a lot. Look at the divots. What do you see? Make your way to the center and roll Arcana for me.
Roshan does so and just stands there and inspects the divots, and that's a bastard 20 for Arcana.
Bastard. You realize it's still impressive that someone was walking this path, this determination from a corrupted being. This path makes a spell sigil. This being was trying to cast a ritual spell and couldn't, or wasn't ready to.
Wow. That's pretty cool. He doesn't recognize it, does he?
You can't with the 20. No, I'm gonna say no.
I think he would take out his notebook and just write what's there of the spell sigil, and then probably get interrupted by Aliona.
You're actually interrupted by the shadow. As you go to pull out this journal, a hand is placed upon yours. We could do something different, like at the other tower.
Do you know what this was originally for?
I am unsure, but we could take power from it.
Then let's do it quickly.
Would you like me to guide you, or would you like me to do it?
Guide me.
And the shadow starts to walk you through the ritual, very similar to the one with the tower, but this is a much smaller space, and it seemed to go a bit quicker. And you do realize out of the corner of your eye, about a couple minutes in, standing casually against the wall, just watching, is Alyona. She doesn't interrupt. She just watches. The shadow instructs you on how to take blood from your hand, just enough to line the space. And go ahead and roll Arcana for me again. The shadow is going to give you advantage. This is for speed.
28.
All right. Gorbjorn distracted your friends for a hot minute longer. He's like, well, no, I'm not. Oh, here I go. It's fine. Like she's gonna kill him or something. I'll go look. But you all start trying to make your way down. Alyona just seems to be like walking the space and watching now, and actually like moves a bit ahead and like pushes something out of the way from the tables that like exploded, that like made its way into the grooves, and like moves them out of your way and just watches, fully wrapped in what you're doing. And you feel a sharp pain as you finish this bloodline shoot up your arm. And you can feel it burning on the tattoos that move across your body. And then it settles down, and there's that warmth in your chest. And there is a happiness, a contentness, pride, just kind of washes over you in this moment, and it's as if the place doesn't exist on its own. And it begins to fade in. And you see Alyona standing in front of you. We can talk about that later. But you may want to, whatever lie you told, you may want to be ready to like back it up. They're coming down the stairs.
I think Roshan already thought of that and had a quill at the ready. So to her, his cheeks pinken a little bit, and then he says, all right, shall we make our way back up?
I think that is a good idea. And then like all of you make your way down, and she's like,
Roshan, did you find your quill?
look, quill.
I did. He holds it in his non-dominant hand.
Well,
Well,
I don't know how the fuck I'm going to get back up these goddamn stairs. And she starts to walk over.
We have rope.
rather a lot of it, if nothing else. One of us can go up ahead and
slides. I would like some rope, thank you.
we can do that.
I'm not using any more spell slots on getting up fucking stairs. You can't hit me.
Nana would kind of like to just sort of look over Roshan. She's known him a long time. She probably knows which hand is his dominant hand. Does she clock that, and does she see anything odd about how he's holding himself or his expression?
All right, let's go with a deception versus an insight.
Fair enough.
19.
Oh, buddy.
This your day? Is this finally your day, Nana?
It's my day. It's a 25.
Holy shit. Hey, tell Nana exactly what she fucking sees, Roshan.
I think she sees him clenching his fist a little bit, and he probably needed to take a glove off to perform this. And so sees maybe a little bit of blood at the hem of his glove.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
And could you
So
give me mental state or feeling?
I think he is happy. The feeling that he gets when he performs shadow magic is euphoric and content. So I think he probably looks more relaxed than he has in quite a while. Since at least on shore, probably quite a bit longer.
that's one hell of a quill find right there. By golly, by
Love
gee.
this fucking quill.
He just loved this quill. He's so happy he found this quill, guys.
It's my favorite quill.
So I think that, like, as we're making our way back up, Nana kind of wants to, like, take a minute to try and, like, hang back close to Roshan and, sort of under her breath mutter to him, "You know, I haven't seen you that happy to see a quill since... Actually, you hated homework. I don't remember you ever being that happy to see a quill."
I just didn't want to leave it down here. I've got a lot to write about in the journal before we hand over our haul to Silas, and what could I do without my favorite quill?
What
could a man do?
indeed? What indeed? Save perhaps, I don't know, a stick of charcoal or someone else's quill or...
I think Roshan looks over on the ground where there was a body that turned to charcoal and just says, "Too soon on the charcoal joke."
Oh. Well, that's not what I meant, but all right, fair enough.
Currently ahead of you, Gorbjorn is like put like two hands on the small of this woman's back and is just like her arms are like crossed and her feet are together and she's just being like pushed up upset that it seems she needs assistance and so Gorbjorn and her get to
I'm
the
a
top.
god among men. Pushed up the hill.
What are y'all's passive perceptions?
16.
Passive
16.
perception. 16.
What'd you say, Finn?
Also 16.
Wow, look at y'all.
Same
I would
for
say as all
Gorbjorn?
of you are preparing to be the next round of people up, you hear a strange sound, I suppose, in the space. The space is quiet compared to just like the hum from the water above you. But you hear a sound from below. And it kind of sounds like rain. It's not rain. It is
I
the
think
same
we should
sound
move quickly.
as when all of the shards of glass hit the floor. Billions and billions of tiny shards of glass raining down onto stone is what you hear.
Yeah, I think we should move very quickly.
With
We'll
alacrity.
talk about this quill later.
Let's go, boys! And you go up to the top, and Aliona is looking at the wall, and she's like, "I was informed you are doing something to make this travelable."
Yes, now Roshan, please. Also, quickly.
And I think Roshan would cast it. Is that only... Where's my tiny hut spell?
I think Tiny Hut is only ritual.
No, he can cast it as a regular spell. It just takes a spell slot then.
Oh, neat.
So he'll cast it quicker than he's ever casted it before. And
Woohoo!
1 minute later, there's a dome
Well, let's talk about this 1 minute first, Roshan.
Oh God!
Great.
Oh God!
You place your hands at the right where the wall of water starts and begin to cast. And Aliona sort of looks over your shoulder and watches and glances over. Is there a particular reason we are in a hurry?
I don't, there was a sound like rain, but more like lots and lots of very small pieces of glass falling on the ground. And that's not something we heard before we broke your mirror. So, not exactly sure what that is, but we didn't cause it, so we can only assume something is happening that probably wants to kill us.
Probably bad. It's usually bad.
In our experience, usually unexpected noises in deep, dark towers is usually bad.
The sound becomes very rapidly louder. The flash of glass moving rapidly through the space. And you watch as a glassed hand reaches around the top of the slide and pulls itself forward. A being fully made of these tiny shards steps forward and shines incredibly brightly.
Oh,
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy!
I'm going to let this bad boy roll something to see if you've gotten into your spell at all or not. Not great for the boy. Okay. Roshan, you are 3 rounds into your spell.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? That was such a shit roll. You're 4 in.
Oh no. Oh.
You watch as this glass body moves into the space, illuminated brightly, and you can see light coming from behind it as well. It is not the only thing moving into the space.
Oh no.
20 and up.
Gorbian got a 20.
24.
15 to 20.
Roshan got a
16.
15.
What'd you get, Nana?
16.
Okay. 1 moment, boys. Cool. And I'm just gonna use every dice I have. And you? No, good. And then the last one. There's the dice. Fuck me. Okay. Fen, you are first up. At this time, there's only one visible as it has pulled itself in.
Okay, I would like to take a shot at this thing with sharpshooter. That is 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
Nothing's within 5 feet of it or anything, though, right?
No, none of your allies are.
Okay.
It's like fully across the room from us at the doorway, right?
Yeah. There is currently
Okay.
a giant wall of water between you and any sort of escape and this thing.
Okay, that's 19 points of damage with that.
Okay.
And then I would like to use my actual action, because it's first round of combat, so it's a dread ambusher attack. My actual action will be to cast spike growth on the stairs to contain this thing and anything else that comes up the stairs.
Nice.
Okay.
And
Do
I'd
I
like to
need to
use
do
my
anything?
movement to be like at least 10 feet away from the water wall, but also like off to the side somewhere.
If you take the attack action on your turn, you can make an additional weapon attack as part of that action.
Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make, instead of casting spike growth, I'm just gonna take 2 more shots at this thing.
Perfect.
One of them is a 15, and the other one is higher than the last one I had. So
15 does not hit, and
Okay.
then the other one.
Okay.
That'd be
the other one is gonna be, will be 20 points of damage.
all right. All right. One arrow explodes on contact with the wall because it is a narrow corridor, but 2 of them stab in and just sort of slough out of the being, but it takes like shards of glass with it as it begins to aggress into the space. And you're moving back?
I want to not get too close to the water wall, but like off to the side, so I'm not like directly between this thing in the middle of the room.
All right. And with that, Gorbjorn's up. Nana, you're on deck.
Gotcha.
Gorbjorn would like to rage.
Mm-hmm.
And his wild surge is a d20. Ooh, a number 2.
What?
He teleports up to 20 feet into an unoccupied space he can see.
Holy shit.
As a bonus action, he can just teleport 20 feet while he's raging.
All right, he's there. He's on this thing.
Great, lovely. So, raged, he's going to make some reckless, great weapon master attacks.
All right.
So that is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And I did not write down damage for him. So it is a d10 plus 1 plus his other stuff. Plus 5. 3, 5 is 8 plus 10 is 18 damage.
Okay. A huge chunk of this on impact with this hammer, like, explodes into a million pieces, and this thing
Hell yeah.
is barely standing, which gives him room to see that there are multiple things coming up the stairs.
Oh, good.
Nice. Well, he's going to take another whack. That one went all the way over and landed halfway across the desk as a nat 20.
Hell
you go.
yeah, bud.
So
Hell
that
yeah.
is a lot of damage.
Don't even
especially.
worry about it.
Okay.
Don't
He
worry.
gets another attack.
The first one explodes and just slides down the stairs, revealing the other one, which you may attack.
Yeah, he will absolutely do that. Oh, wow. 17 and a 19, so 24 to hit.
Yep.
And 4 plus 5 is 19 damage to the second.
Okay. It is it's like a bunch of people with baseballs just yeeting them at windows. That's what it sounds like in this place. That is his turn. I'm assuming he is not going to leave. Nana, you're up. Ro, you're on deck.
Oh boy. Okay.
Everyone old like shit.
Nana's going to use her bonus action. Can she see the other one that's coming up the incline?
You would have to move a little closer. You'd have to
Okay.
angle yourself to see it.
She will angle herself just enough movement space to see it.
Sure.
And once she clocks it with her actual eyeballs, uses a bonus action to Slayer's Prey. This guy, it's presumably within 60 feet.
Yes.
Excellent. So she is going to use something she picked up with her fighter level, thrown weapon fighting. As part of an attack that I make with a thrown weapon, I can draw that weapon too. No extra action needed. So, yeets a spear at the glass fucker down the way. And that's gonna be... I will assume 10 don't do it.
10 don't do it, and you watch your spear disappear into the darkness.
And not
It
gonna
was
do that
standing in
again.
the stairwell.
And not gonna do that again. That's fine. In which case, it would be a bonus action to draw her sword
You
and
get
dagger.
2
Yeah,
You get 2
No,
attacks
I don't care
with
about
your
that.
action.
I do get 2
It's
attacks.
only
with
if you're
my-
doing bow and arrow is where I make things bonus actions. You can get your second attack.
Cool. Then Nana's gonna run in there, pulling her short sword and her dagger, and try for a swipe with her main hand. $16.
Hits.
Yee. So that's going to be D6 plus 4 plus an extra D6 from my hunter's... No, Slayer's Prey. Sorry. It's... Right? Yes. 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And I used my bonus action already. I've gotten my 2 attacks. That's it for me. I'm gonna move like 15 feet back, assuming I
Okay.
have the extra space to spare.
Yeah, you have 40 feet of movement. You're fine.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
You move back using your ability, which means I do nothing because I'm a big mirror man. All right. Hey, Rochelle, what are you doing? I'll do stuff in a minute. Don't worry.
I think
worry about
Roshan turns to see that. His eyes get big, and he's going to keep casting, but I think he'll look toward Aliona to gauge her reaction to this.
I'd like you to roll insight on this one.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Can't see my dice. That's a 17, so 27.
I was like, oh, a 17. Oh. The stages of grief. Her eyes are wide. She looks afraid.
Oh
You can
boy.
actually see her kind of take a step back on her leg, like she is moving away.
Okay. Then I think in between lines of his humming, he'll just say, "Don't worry, everything will be okay," and give her a bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Her thumbs up. She glances over at you. Roll persuasion real quick for me.
You can do it, bud.
That is a 14.
Anything else, Roshan?
That's all I can do. Suppose I could move around, but that's...
You're like, I'm spelling right now, so
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a spelling bee. Excuse me.
I'm working. What do we got here? Any of those? Nope. Okay. It's Eliona's turn. You best be quick then. She misty steps to the other side of the water.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's her turn.
That's
All right.
valid.
She, like, the fear in her eyes, like, she could not physically hide that to you. She looked horrified. And
Well,
she's-
some people have 10,000 years of mirror trauma, so that's
Sometimes you have
valid.
mirror
That's
trauma,
valid.
and
That's
we're not
valid.
judging you for mirror trauma.
We would never.
All right. Nana and Gorbjorn watch as from behind the one remaining large thing, multiple smaller, ganglier mirror pieces force their way up, like along the walls in the top part as they make their way forward, shining brightly. They're all gonna make fucking attacks against everybody in range, which is just gonna be at least Gorbjorn. So let's see how that goes.
They will be at
Be
advantage.
reckless.
Yes.
So all of these dice are shitting the bed. Oh no, it's gone. Oops. I'm sorry, I take it back. That's more like it. I mean, that's gonna hit Gorbjorn. It is what it is. I need him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Bad.
Good.
7. 8.
Okay. So he takes 6 points of slashing damage, half to 3, and he is now frightened until this creature's next turn.
Oh, I can't change his health. He will use his reaction to Arcane Rebuke.
He says nay.
When he's forced to make a saving throw, he just uses his reaction to deal 3d6 force damage. No roll
Sure,
required.
normal and cool.
And that is 8 damage.
All right. I think we actually came up with something for that, but it doesn't matter right now. Because we were both like, Jesus Christ. Some crazy shit. Okay. And then, how many attacks do you get? Well, then I'll keep going.
No, that's okay.
The second one misses as the first claw sinks in, and he sees, imbued over this mirror, thousands of versions of himself. And there's a fear that clutches at him, and he screams, and immediately energy rips out of him and just starts bashing this fucking mirror around.
Jesus.
Another one is going to take attacks against him as a second one crawls up the wall. Not gonna hit. Also not gonna hit. As he just is blocking these glass creatures that are starting to swarm him at this point as another one climbs up. Holy shit, why is this happening? There we go, Jesus Christ. Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, 16 does hit.
It was just kind of like 3, 3, 3, 3 was kind of the energy I was going for. That's neat. He takes 8 points of slashing damage, half to 4. He's already frightened, so that's not going to change. And the other one is going to crawl out overhead and is going to jump on the nearest person, which would be Nana.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Don't worry, it's a 1 and a 2. Don't you worry about it. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
That's fine. What are you gonna do?
Pling, pling! Nana just deflects with her sword and her dagger.
You are deflecting these things as this one jumps out towards you, and you just kind of put the sword up and then throw it to the ground in front of you, unable to get any purchase on you. But you feel yourself step back slightly and then remember the rushing wall of water that is still in the room, and just kind of the space available to you is limited and dangerous.
Yeah.
That's their turn, as 4 of these smaller creatures have entered the space.
Oh, God.
The larger one, currently in combat with Gorbjorn, is going to continue to be in combat with Gorbjorn, and it is going to use, I mean it better. You hear it speak in a language all of you do not understand, and the light that was already shining off of this thing begins to grow brighter and brighter and brighter until it blinds outwards. Just a shock of light that fills the space.
Ah, shit.
think This is going to... Yeah, this is going to be everybody. I need a wisdom saving throw from everyone. Except Alyona, who figured that shit out. Like, deuces,
Cool,
my guys.
thanks, great.
17.
Ooh. 12.
12 and 5.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Don't care for that.
Let me throw some dice about the place.
Oh, boy.
Not like I wanted to roll high numbers. Still. Everyone takes 16 points of psychic damage. Everyone who failed. So Fen, you're going to take half. Fen, you take half of that psychic damage, and everybody besides Fen is now blind.
Cool.
Gorbjorn
Great.
also takes half because of the crown.
Ah, yes, he does. He does have resistance to psychic damage. There you go.
Boy.
Yeah, that's the bad boy's turn. Guess we're content with what we accomplish here today. Fen, you're back up. You blink away the light, and you are fully back in focus. You see everybody else kind of struggling.
Right. Is there one I can shoot that's 10 feet away from Nana?
There's one next to Gorbjorn.
Is that 10 feet away from Nana?
No, Nana's 15 feet away.
Okay.
Oh, there
cool.
is one right next to Nana, yes.
Well,
There's one right next to her.
I'm not worried about that one. What I'm worried about is I don't want Nana to be within 10 feet of this. I'm going to use a thunderclap arrow. With no sharpshooter, shooting at that one that's right next to Gorbjorn.
All right.
It's
The big
more
boy?
than 10 feet from Nana, right?
Yeah, she's exactly 15 feet away from it, I
Cool.
believe.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, that's a 17 on the die, so I'm assuming that hits.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Con save from Gorbjorn and this creature.
Yeah, DC 15 con save.
I have a few people to roll con saves for.
That's what I was hoping.
Thank God for areas of attack.
21 for
effect.
Gorbjorn.
Hell yeah.
I rolled 3 dice. I have a 1 and a 2 and a 7. And I'd like to talk about this. Hey, I'd like to stop and talk about this for a fucking second. What the fuck? Happening?
Your dice are just ping-ponging between pummeling us into the ground and then just...
Oh, one of the shitty runs rolled a 15. Good for him. Yeah.
All right.
He's doing it. What's our damage?
That is...
What'd Gorbjorn get, by the way?
21.
Didn't roll a 2? Fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
There's 29 damage to all of those.
Oof.
And then half to those who succeed.
And actually, Nothing to the ones that succeed don't get any of that extra. Actually, the ones that succeed take 12 off of that.
Okay.
And the ones that failed are pushed back 5 feet and fall prone.
The sound of glass scraping against stone as it begins to start to slide downwards. The large one
go ahead.
explodes into 1,000,000 pieces and is gone.
Cool.
Yes.
One of the smaller ones also explodes into 1,000,000 pieces. 2 of them look incredibly hurt, and then there's the one who is like near Nana, like.
The one that's near Nana gets another shot, this time with sharpshooter. That's gonna miss, I'm pretty sure. 16 misses.
No, it hits.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad that hits.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
17 points of damage to that one.
Okay. Taking some damage for him. All the big ones just slide downwards. One of the smaller ones just like, oh no, as it starts to just scrape away. Anything else, Finn?
That is all.
All right. Gorbjorn.
So-
Nana, you're on.
Gorbjorn is blind. Can he
Yep.
still attempt to hit the small ones that are near him?
He knows something's near him.
Okay. So he will roll.
It's prone, so it's a straight roll. So it's just a flat roll now. He's like, it's on the ground somewhere, and just raises the hammer and
Yeah,
brings
he's
it.
gonna play whack-a-mole, and yeah. And that is 22.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And minimum damage, which I realized is 19 when he's raging.
Explodes into 10,000 pieces. He feels glass hit his face and then goes in for another swing. There's another one next to him.
Great. And that is an 11.
Boy, howdy, 11 is the AC of these tiny little guys.
Ooh, baby.
Thank God.
And 20 damage that time. I'm rolling real
Oh,
well
a
for
good
damage.
billion pieces. billion pieces. He doesn't. All right. Let's me and you talk, Joshua. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Now, he knows one of them made their way over to Nana, who's somewhere behind him. He's also blind. And there's also a giant wall of water. Do you think he'd try to find this creature? Nana's not right next to the wall, but like.
I'm gonna give him a wisdom saving throw.
Go for it.
And
Make
he
it a
got a
10.
12. I think
There you go.
he's not going to take any undue risk, but wipe his eyes and wipe the glass shards out.
Okay, so he's going to stand his ground.
Yeah.
All right. Works for me. Nana, you're up. You hear something next to you.
And it sounds crinkly glassy and not like a
It's
person.
like a glass
yeah?
monster that's been attacking you. Yeah.
All right, cool. I am going to attempt a swipe with my sword.
Go for it. Disadvantage.
Yeah. With disadvantage. Oh, still a 17.
Certainly hits. Their AC is 11.
Fuck yeah. Well, that's shitty damage. Thanks, dice.
I'm sorry.
6
Are y'all's
points.
dice not cooperating for this combat?
6 points
Sorry.
of slashing damage.
How many?
6.
Okay.
So that is my first turn hitting an enemy. I lose the Slayer's Prey bonus damage. Gonna try another swipe with the short sword for my second attack. $15 to hit.
We all know it do.
It do. That is... Yeah, that's 6 more points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then for her bonus action, she's gonna go in with her dagger and try for another attack. Oh, damn! 2 18s on the dice, +8. I'm assuming that hits.
We can all assume.
Hooray! So that is... damn. Disappointing damage rolls. That's another 2 points of damage.
You can still hear crinkling around you as you are just kind of swinging wildly. You've made contact each time, but you can still hear it moving.
Damn!
It's not moving with a lot of vigor, though, you know.
That's
Not a lot of
good.
energy to the movement.
Can anyone get eyes on these?
Corbin's like, nope. Roshan, you're up. You're blind.
I think in between his lines of humming, he says, "Sorry, I can't see anything," and then keeps singing.
Yeah, no, I
And
get it.
continues the spell.
Concentrate on that bubble!
That is Alyona's turn. That is those things' turn. He gets a whole turn. Look at him. This little guy's like, now's my chance.
I'm
Now's my
imagining
time.
a crab made of glass skittering up to Nana's head and then like stabbing into her eyes.
Oh my god!
Oh no, you're blinded for a round. I stabbed you through the eye.
Ow.
It's going to take its 2 attacks against you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh wow, look at them numbers. Those are actually numbers.
Cool.
Does a 17 hit you?
17 does hit me.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay. God, really? It's a flat 10.
Okay, you take 7 points of slashing damage,
Mhm.
and you are now frightened until this creature's next turn. So you are blind and afraid. It's going to take its second attack. Oh, look at him, this guy, this mirror, MVP.
Oh no.
That's gonna hit. 2 1s on the damage dice, guys. I just want to give you a look into how I'm doing right now, which
Yeah.
is 3 points of slashing damage. Boom!
Ow.
Take those.
I'm
It's-
much more scared of it than it can hurt me.
I'm more afraid than injured, but still afraid.
Still very afraid and very blind.
Do we get to roll against the fear or
It's until its next turn. Oh, the fear.
and the
Yes.
blindness?
Not the blindness, but the fear you will get to roll against. So Gorbjorn can roll against it.
And 14?
He's no longer afraid at the end of his turn.
Cool.
Still blind, but he's like, and actually, now everybody's not blinded after that guy's turn. I'm like, made everybody
thank
blind.
God.
There's a lot of mirrors in play.
No, that's fair.
It starts to fade off, and then Nana, you can see the millions and millions of reflection of yourself upon this broken mirror monster, and a fear just sits into your stomach. Boy howdy.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Fen, you're up.
Taking a shot at the one that's right in front of Nana. No sharpshooter. Gonna miss, so I'm gonna do it again.
Nice.
Okay, that one's gonna hit because it's 16 on the die.
What'd you get on the other one?
I got a 6 on the die, which would have made it a 10 on the.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second one hits.
All right.
You really need to roll, but let's see what it is. Go for it. Throw a sneak attack on that bitch. Let's fucking
Yeah,
obliterate this.
I was going to throw a sneak attack on that bitch.
Hell yeah.
Let
that
me
is
tell you,
nine-
you don't need to, but
19 points of damage on it.
Hell yeah.
Tell me how you do this.
Oh, fuck yes.
I imagine Nana gets her sight back, is immediately frightened, and then all of those little reflections of herself just shatter off into the distance. Just all the
Fuck yeah.
just in all different directions as an arrow pierces through it.
Fuck yeah.
And in your state of fear, Nana, it does sound like screaming as the glass shatters apart. It's a millions of you screaming, but the mirror creature is destroyed. And you are just surrounded by piles of glass, like sand.
Ben's gonna reach into his bag and take the glass bag, the bag that he had the glass in, and he's gonna throw it into the water wall.
That's a good idea.
And it's gone.
Don't want any more of that.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. No more cursed glass, thanks.
And Roshan, you can go ahead and add for this round another tick on your marker of getting through this spell.
Okay.
Y'all
Any
don't
more left?
see anything, and there's like a lull, and the glass on the
happening?
ground vibrates and slams back together, all of it,
Oh,
into
shit.
one thing, and begins to pull itself up from the ground. This pile of sand. Let's put him in the initiative.
Oh
Let's put him in here, guys. He's here. He's made of glass.
no! We can't tell if he is sexually attracted to anyone or not, or in any way
Does
clear,
glass feel
but
sexual attraction? Unclear.
he's definitely here. We don't know if he's queer,
Alright.
but he's definitely here.
And we got to Roshan's turn, which means we're back at the top of the order.
Cool. Is this a new combat or this is the same initiative?
Same combat. It was
Alright.
just a 6-second round that passed.
Cool.
and
I'm
then
taking
this
2
thing
shots at this guy.
Go for it.
With sharpshooter.
Okay.
One of them's a 16 on the die, so that's a 19 to hit. The other one's
That'll
a 5 on the die, which is probably not going to hit.
Sounds like it won't.
Okay. Is anybody within 5 feet of it?
Where it materialized. One moment. Who did it materialize next to? Nana, evens or odds?
I'll take evens.
Oh, right, smack dab in front of Nana. So yes, it is right
Of
next
fucking
to Nana.
course. Yep, cool.
All right.
Don't make me choose numbers, please.
25 points of damage.
All right.
I'll just say, your ass is glass.
This is
Nana
the
can't
thickest
laugh. She's
mirror
terrified,
monster
but
you've
I'm
ever
laughing.
encountered. Thick glass cheeks.
The thickest glass cheeks.
Them glass cheeks. Anything else, Fen?
Hopefully he has a jaw made of glass too.
I'm gonna use my movement to position myself between Nana and the water wall, since I don't know if she can see or if she's freaked out, and
I will say conditions have faded. But you can
Okay.
step into that space.
Yeah, I'm gonna step
Blinded
into that
has
space
and
anyways,
frightened?
just in case she tries to turn and run, and then I don't want her to smack into it. So
Yeah. Frightened and blindness, all gone.
Oh, good. Thank God.
yeah, still
Hard to
moving
be
into
afraid
that
of something
space.
that's not there anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now it's in a whole new form, but it's not the same one.
It's different. Gorbjorn, you're up. Nana, you're on deck.
Cool.
Gorbjorn's gonna shout, growl at it, and he's going to dematerialize and rematerialize right next to it because that's way cooler than walking.
Hell yeah.
I think Gorbjorn might have to re-roll rage.
Oh,
Get
that's
around
right. Yeah, he will. He'll do
Damn.
that. And
I'd love to.
this time, a 17.
Ooh.
And 17 is... Arcane energy taps into the minds of those around you. Each creature within 30 feet must succeed a wisdom saving throw or you see a glimpse of the creature's thoughts, learning how it plans to attack you. As a result, the creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you if it fails the saving throw until the start of your next turn.
So does it
So
apply to us? 'Cause we're not
everybody
going to
roll?
attack Gorbjorn?
Technically, yes, everybody roll, but I don't think everyone else is going to attack Gorbjorn, so...
Well, then if you fail, you're gonna give Gorbjorn a snippet of your thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
This is wisdom.
Yes. Roshan fails.
Yeah, Fen fails too.
What's the DC?
It is for 8, there's 7, and 8 is 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Ben
Nana
got
got
a
a
5,
14.
So Gorbjorn.
The creature succeeds with a
God damn it.
with a -1 to its roll,
Rude.
Oof.
but everybody else failed. Roshan, did you
Yep.
fail?
Yes.
Wow. You give Gorbjorn a glimpse into your psyche for me. Let's start with Roshan.
I think Roshan, mostly what Gorbjorn hears is just the words of the song that are coming up, but also, ouch, my hand hurts.
Like, shit. Okay, Nana.
I think Nana is just thinking something along the lines of, shit. First I couldn't see, then I was terrified, and now I'm just angry. I can't let this thing get my friends.
All right, Fen.
If he just hears, turn him into a pincushion, turn him into a pincushion, turn him into a pincushion.
All right.
Very focused.
Yeah, these are all surface thoughts, so it wouldn't be just like my deepest, darkest secrets. Now he knows.
It might have been directed at Gorbjorn. Like if I were
You'll
to
never
fight
know.
Gorbjorn, that would be the thought process. Might be a little bit more complex for the thing we're currently fighting.
Okay.
And then he's
All right,
going
he's
to take
raging.
his attacks. Great Weapon Master, Reckless. I don't know the words. That is a 23 on the first one,
23 hits.
and a 19 on the second.
Both hit.
Okay. Ooh, max damage on the first, so that's 28 damage. And min damage on the second, so 19. For a total of 47.
Okay. Huge chunks of glass flying off. And then you watch them like vibrate their way across the floor back towards the body.
Love
trying
that.
to move back together.
God.
Nana, you're up. It's right in front of you.
Cool. Then she is going to go for, let me think. I'm guessing she's got to do a new application of Slayer's Prey in order to get that
I would
bonus
think
on it.
so.
Not for nothing. This thing does not count as a living humanoid, right? It's like a glass golem, right?
No, this is not a living humanoid.
Cool, great.
It may
Slayer's
have
Prey
arms
then.
and legs, but not humanoid.
Fair enough. It is gonna get Slayer's Prayed with my bonus action, so I'm gonna take 2 attacks.
Go for it.
Short Sword of Lawns. Oh, hell yeah. 26 to hit.
26 hits.
That is gonna be 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Next attack. This one does not have the benefit of Slayer's Prey. Does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Okay. Alright. Then Nana is going to... I know Fen is right behind her. She doesn't want to up and leave him... Alright. She's going to...
You do what you want to do. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's gonna
follow your heart.
scoot. Yeah, she's gonna scoot away to the side, not back into the wall, but try and like lead the thing away from Roshan. Maybe back in Gorbjorn's direction.
Gorbjorn's right next to it.
Okay, then. Then just, like, away from Roshan.
Okay. Honestly, you kind of just circle around the thing and are on the other side. There's not really a lot of distance you can put from that
That
side.
makes sense. It's pretty big.
Yeah, this thing takes up a good bit of space, and it was nearish to the stairwell, so it's like I'll just skirt around this way, and maybe it'll follow me. Okay. All right. Roshan, you're doing your thing.
Yes. I think in between lines of the song, he says, I'm going to need everyone close in about 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
Yes.
It's,
So-
what, 2 more rounds?
Yes, in 2 rounds, everyone should be within 10 feet of him. Otherwise,
Can do.
they're going to have to brave the water themselves.
Oof! That's not a good idea!
Okay. What would you like to do, friend? The creature kind of like shimmers and looks around, a light emanating from it. And all of you looking at it can see your reflections in its body. Just millions and millions and millions of reflections of yourselves. And you watch as it grabs a damaged portion of its body and squeezes it as hard as it can, and it shatters outward, exploding part of its body. I
Oh,
need
jeez.
everybody, I think except Roshan, who might just be out of range, to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm better at dex than whiz.
Sweet.
Oh, that's a nat 20!
Very cool.
Plus 7, 27, but...
I got a 21.
17.
Okay. Everyone except Roshan takes 44 points of piercing damage, halved to 22.
Oh,
Ouch.
holy shit!
Can I have
Oh
that?
boy!
If you haven't used your reaction, you may.
I have not.
Holy fuck, guys!
And you can see that it damaged itself in the process, but, you know, not as much as you were damaged.
Nana looks very rough. Bleeding from multiple scratches. Not good.
And Fen, you are up.
Get to Roshan. And Fen's gonna wheel around and take 2 attacks at this thing with sharpshooter.
Okay.
One's gonna hit, and the other I am not sure about. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay, so one of them hits. 21 points of damage on
Okay.
that.
You watch it, it strikes central, and you watch it shatter into a million pieces and fall onto the floor, where it vibrates.
Oh god.
Get to Roshan now! And I'm
Fine.
gonna heed my own advice and get there and like draw my bow at this thing. But
Nana drags herself over. Golbjorn, come on!
Would you like to do anything else with your turn, Nana?
Oh, golly.
You don't really have feeling. So.
I mean,
You're not-
not really. I could use a bonus action and pop me a good berry, but that's 1 point of HP, and right now that don't do me much good. But what I can do am I able to hunter's mark this thing while it's in its in-between state? I know that it's going to rise again.
It is, you know what, I'm going to say sure.
It's done it a couple times now. So.
Yeah. By all means.
Yeah, I'm gonna hunter's mark it as a bonus action, and make my way over to Roshan, kind of just grasping at a couple particularly deep cuts, still holding the short sword aloft, defensively, posting up in between it and Ro.
Would you like to take in, like, would you like to like hold your action if it gets close that you'd like to attack, or do you want to take the dodge action? You still have an
Yes.
action.
I'd like to hold my action to attack if it gets close.
Okay, there you go. Ripshawn, what are we at?
This is round 9, and Roshan is going to say, "Hang in there, Nana," and give her 8 healing.
That is very nice, thank you. That's actually in double digits now.
Woohoo! And then he will keep casting.
Okay, and we're gonna assume
Thanks, Ro.
Gorbjorn also sauntered over.
Oh yeah, I think Gorbjorn would put
like
himself
I'm-
in between
I'll be here. So
Roshan
he has
and
an
the
action
pile.
prepared as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's at the ready. And you watch as the way its body exploded, it slams back together again and rises up. It's going to make its way over. So Nana and Gorbjorn can take their attacks. It's going to fully walk into your
Yeah.
space. It's on you guys.
All right, it's gonna get Slayer. Oh, nat 20!
Nice.
Can you do Great Weapon Master on not your turn? Yeah,
Is
no.
it a special thing? What is it?
No, it must be on your turn, so that's just a 25 to hit.
If I nat 20, I've so seldom nat 20'd on an actual attack roll. Do I double the actual
All
attack
dice.
roll dice,
Every
or
dice,
do I
every dice.
All
you roll.
dice.
every dice?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
15
Okay.
damage from Gorbjorn.
Okay.
12 damage from Nana. I do get 2 attacks per action. I don't know if that counts here.
I say you can take both of yours.
Yeah.
So Gorbjorn's welcome to take his second as well. If you can do it, I can do it. Is how I feel about it.
Okay, that's fair.
14?
Dirty 20.
14 does not hit.
Dirty 20 to hit.
It definitely hits. Don't guys. Hey, 20's gonna hit on this one.
Oh, yeah.
I know I gave you guys a monster
Fair
that
enough.
was like 4, but this
Oh,
one's not that
jeez.
cool.
All right, well that's fine then. This one's gonna get 6 more slashing damage.
Okay. Now it's going to finish its turn. It is going to roll to see if it gets its explosion ability back.
Oh.
Hey, don't.
Please stop. I'm right here.
I do still have my make you have disadvantage, but I haven't
So that
seen
is
any indicator.
technically with a D20, but in this situation, I would let you use it. Would you like to use it? Up to you.
I'm gonna hold it for right now. I'm gonna hold it for right now. I have a feeling that there'd be a better
Okay,
option.
dexterity saving throws for everyone.
Lovely.
Hey, I know everybody relax. Hey, everyone relax.
26.
What was that, Finn?
26.
Okay.
22.
17. Oh, and Gorbjorn. Oh, Gorbjorn got a nat 20.
Okay.
Woo.
Let's roll some damage. Hey, come here. Hey, everybody, relax.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. $28 damage, half to 14. And then I think halved again for Gorbjorn. This is piercing.
And half again because I can see it, right?
He's there. You can see it.
I can see him. All right. Okay.
Oh,
He right there. He is literally like in front of you.
Nana's down.
Nana falls unconscious.
Yeah.
Roshan almost lost concentration on his ritual spell, which
Oh
would have been
God!
bad.
That would have been spicy, boys.
Would have been real spicy.
Okay. That's his turn. Fen, you're up.
I would like to reach down and touch Nana and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on her.
Okay.
So that's 2d8 plus 2.
Nana is just like
Nana-
covered in glass, like sticking out of her skin on her face.
All right. Well, Nana smells the scent of petrichor, and it's the smell of rain, and the glass pushes its way out of her body, and she gets 12 points of healing. I will use my bonus action to disengage, and I will go, "Hey, look at me! I'm a target!" And I'm gonna run around the side of the room, away from the rest of the party.
Fen! Stop!
Like 10 feet away.
But you need to be closer than 10 feet, otherwise
okay.
you're not going to make it in the bubble.
Oh, okay. Oh, then 5 feet away. Can I just like try to like not make it right on top of Nana?
I don't think so, because
Okay.
inside the bubble there's only like 6 spaces, and we only got half of that.
All right. Oh, then I'll stay right
8.
there, I guess. All right, but I'll still say, "Look at me! I'm a target," and
Jump up and
The
down.
hold me
And hope
mirror
it-
monster.
hope it targets me instead of Nana. Poor Nana.
Okay. Gorbjorn.
I think Gorbjorn's going to make a shove attack to make sure that this glass monster doesn't stay inside the bubble.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Athletics.
What's up?
Opposed athletics.
Yes. It's first 14.
It is shoved back.
Okay. And then I think Gorbjorn's just gonna scream at it.
Understood.
That makes sense.
Stay away from my friends!
Hell yeah.
Very good. Good impression. Good Gorbjorn. Good Gorbjorn. Nana, you're up.
That's my line. Nana's gonna
You
get up on her
from
feet.
prone.
And this thing is right in front of us still, right?
No, it was pushed away.
Oh, it was pushed away. Okay, cool. All right. She's still got 2 more spears. How do you feel about sheathing her offhand and using that as her hand to throw a spear?
You
Sure,
have
if you don't want
ranged
these
combat.
spears, you're welcome to do what you like.
Oh, well then. As what I'ma do. Gonna try and sling a spear at this thing. Don't know if I feel super great about it, but you know, we do our best. We do our best. Ranger, Hunter's Mark. 18 to hit.
18 does not hit.
That's fine. I can always get another spear. Yeet! One more try. It's not gonna do it.
You've just gotten back up on your feet, and like there is like some abrasions in your eyes that are starting to heal. But you just start throwing and wanting this thing to back up. You don't know if you've made contact or not, but you stick close to Roshan. All of you having experienced this spell before know that you have to be like next to him.
Yeah.
Okay, Nana, is that it?
I'm gonna use my second wind to give myself 1d10 plus 2 HP.
Okay. All right.
It's only 4 more points, but that's above the threshold of what I had before
Okay.
when I went down, so that's
And
where I'm going.
Roshan, could you tell me what happens?
So I think Roshan reaches the final notes of a single verse of this, which usually takes 10 verses to create, and he thrusts his hands to the floor, and around him a silvery mirrored dome appears, just kind of peels up and around the group, and then I think he collapses forward onto his knees and says, "Hurry, everyone get through."
You too, come on. Nana's gonna grab him by the shoulder.
No, I have
under
to be
the armpit.
last.
You have to be last?
Otherwise, the dome goes away.
Okay, fine. Alright, away we go. You better make it over.
Gorbjorn walks by, and you guys have done this before, and you just feel like a rope snag around your waist, Roshan, as Gorbjorn walks easily. Everyone easily jumps across the 5-foot gap. And once you have all passed through, Roshan, you're left, and you look back, and you watch as this thing is slamming itself against this bubble. Millions and millions of images of yourself staring back at you as they explode over and over and over again on top of this bubble, but unable to reach you and no longer in your sight as you are yanked forward aggressively and pulled over the gap. And the bubble explodes away. There's a little bit of mist of water as the spell has to reform. But you are officially on the other side of the wall. And you can see tiny movement on the other side as it contemplates what the fuck it's gonna do.
Oh, let's waste no more time and let's leave.
Let's get out of here.
For it.
Gonna heal himself for
Cool.
a yit bit.
How's everyone feeling?
Bad, but we don't have much time.
You watch glitter shimmer through the water. The second half of its body's gonna give it a go.
Oh boy.
And you watch it like be pushed away, and you watch a shimmer has gripped on to the edge of this like bisected wall, and it is struggling to like pull itself out. It seems to be having a hard time, but it has made its way to the other side. But
Can I shoot that hand? Can I shoot that hand?
It is still in the water, so it would be.
I got
difficult
corkscrew. I got corkscrew arrows. Can I shoot that hand?
You're welcome to try. Corkscrew arrows are going to make this a little easier, but not
All right.
a lot easier.
Two shots with corkscrew arrows. One of them, and no sharpshooter on these, by the way. One of them's a 21, and the other one is a 19.
Both of those hit.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
That is. Sorry. 10 points of damage on one of them and 7 points on the other one.
Okay. You watch the corkscrews disappear, taking glass with them, but you start to watch as pieces begin to shimmer out of the water. It seems to be, some of it at least is holding purchase. What do you guys want to do?
We should leave.
Yeah, let's leave.
Now. Let's go. Let's go. Eliana?
Yep. Alyona is not here.
Eliona has left the building. That's understandable. Let's go.
You all start to make your way around onto the next floor, which is where you saw the concave. Actually, no, we're at the teleportation room, which you can run past. There's nothing here to try and zap you.
That's good.
Alyona is also not in this room.
Yeah.
As you continue your trek upwards,
I'm going to use my action to help Roshan every time we get to a stairwell. Like, just make sure he makes
Sure.
it.
Let's go, team. And also, like, you're pushing, and then Gorbjorn just like spreads his arm in the back, and he's just like, "Here we go, boys," and just like starts bulldozing forward if anybody loses step.
Yep.
You all make it to the next floor where you can see Alyona, and she is currently staring at the concave armor.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
It's
I'm glad you have made it.
it's making its way through the water wall.
And then we should go.
We
Yes.
should go.
Do you have anything that would be advantageous for me?
The only thing, and it's going to be cold, is a flotation device. Do you have any means of protecting yourself against very chill waters?
As I told you, landlocked. But
How about absorb elements?
what am I, 15?
Oof!
The shadow's like, holy shit. Holy shit. I will take your flotation device then, if there's nothing else.
I will bless you with as much good luck as I can muster. And Roshan pulls one of the flotation devices and gives it to her, and gives her a bardic inspiration and a guidance.
What would be the saving throw required to prevent drowning and/or hypothermia?
Constitution.
In which case, Nana will also offer her Bear's Endurance with Enhanceability. She'll have advantage on Constitution checks and gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Very smart.
All right. Go ahead and roll the temp HP real quick. And Roshan, how much is your bardic?
D8.
Okay.
That's not bad. That'll be an extra 7 points of HP.
Okay. She looks to all of you and is like, "I'd die in the fucking water."
We have
and
any more of the bomb?
No, there was only enough for one use for everyone.
We
She
weren't planning
looks
on
around.
finding anyone alive down here to bring with us. I'm sorry.
That's understandable. I'm going to destroy the tower now. And she
That's-
shoves her hand against the stone. I advise
Okay.
following me quickly.
Of course.
And you watch as like water starts to slowly drip in from the top, and she approaches Gorbjorn. Throw me. And she like steps into his hands, and he just yeets her upwards.
Woo!
And she is gone. And you guys hear the sound of distant rushing water. Now a no longer controlled bisected room, and the sound of glass rapidly approaching. Are you all going up?
Yeah.
Yup. Leaving.
Gorbjorn just helps heave everyone up because you got to get to the roof.
Yep.
Each of you up, hitting that water. The sensation cold, and then you imagine poor fucking Aliona. And Gorbjorn, easy enough, jumps his own ass up. Actually, hold on. He rages. He's going to try and get that thing off the wall one more fucking time.
Buddy!
Go ahead and give me strength with advantage if you'd be so kind, Gorbjorn.
Sure. The last thing Roshan wanted to do was give him guidance on the way out. Is that something that he could add to this? He meant it for the swim up, but
I'll use it now.
he got a nat 20.
Hell yeah, buddy!
Roshan, as you start to like push away in the water, you just hear vibrating through yes, as he pries the armor off of the wall, shoves it into the bag of holding.
God
jumps
damn it.
A vertical jump straight into the water as all of you are now
9-foot vertical leap.
Floating casually above the tower. I'm gonna start rolling. You guys don't see Aliona. She's gone.
She went
probably
with the flotation device up.
pulled the lever, and she's up.
That's a good idea.
Roll a con save, which okay, advantage. The dice have been cruel today, but let's see.
Come on. Come on.
All of you pull your flotation devices. One of you does not have one and has to Gorbjorn is
Yeah, I'm
pulls
riding
somebody
with
next
Gorbjorn.
to him.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm riding with Gorbjorn.
I was gonna say Roshan wanted to wait down there just to make sure that the creepy coral friends on the outside kind of collapsed in with the tower before wanting to make his way up.
Yeah, you can hear the rumbling now, and this place begins to pull in on itself, almost like gravity sucks it inwards, and you watch those things get snapped and pulled in and sink beneath the earth, just nearly ripped apart and then formed back together again as rock and stone, and are pulled from view. And you can feel that tug starting to pull towards you.
Oh boy.
Well, then we swim in.
You're
swimming.
well, all of you rush upwards at an aggressive speed. And we're not here to talk about deep sea diving sickness. That's not real. This is magic.
This is magic. We don't have the bends here.
Die instantly.
We all depressurize. Our organs come out of our eyeballs.
I always consider with Breathe Underwater that it comes with that, as a bonus, where it's and you won't die if you aggressively rush.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
You all rush upwards and breach the surface. It's later in the day. The sun is kind of beginning its descent towards down, and you are looking at an expanse of ocean. And you are immediately greeted by Aliana, who got a 30, yelling, "Holy shit!" As she is Titanic waters, trying not to freak out.
It's all right.
We've
got a flare we can pull, right?
Yeah, you pull the flare, and you just for the love of God,
please. Perception check. 19.
It takes a moment. You guys are in the water for a second. Aliona just screaming curses the whole time.
That's understandable. Stay angry. It'll help you keep warm.
Don't talk to me.
All right, that's fair.
She doesn't have those things, but she has these. She's starting to look a little rough. She looks like it's starting to get to her a little bit. She's not like about to like die, but
All
she
right,
looks like the cold is getting to her.
Do you have any fly?
I'm
left?
gonna cast rope trick outside of the
I will
water,
say you
and
start
everybody
to-
can climb. Everybody can climb into it.
Yeah, you start doing that, and you're like, you could fly, and you can see that it was just like crazed panic in the eyes, and she's like, and flies out of the water and like kind of hovers near the rope trick, like shit. Everybody else
You're,
like,
you're
pulls
welcome
themselves up
in
because
here.
it's still
It's
cold.
warm.
It's
It's warm and
unpleasant.
dry.
She floats and sort of like scans the area. I'm assuming that is your boat.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Should
can
be here soon.
Wait in here with us. It's as dry as Ben Shapiro's wife.
Not know her. We're from different continents.
I'm
But
afraid
she
I don't
sounds
get
like
the
a
reference
sass
either.
woman.
Must be an elf thing.
You know elf lore. But the boat approaches as fast as it can. I would just want to see if you guys have the wind on your side.
At least we have a
Barely.
warm rope trick to wait in.
But you all sort of are chilling there, and she stays outside because if you're outside the rope trick, you're visible, and if you're inside the rope trick, you're not visible. So she's like,
Uh-huh.
that's fine, that'll be beacon. She just like,
You don't have
Um,
to be.
I'm
One of
fine.
us can stay
As long
out
as
there.
your friend is not going to like attack me. Is your
No.
boatman going to attack me?
Doubtful, no, I
No.
don't
Then I
think
will
so.
wait. And she sort of
Alright.
like sits in the air with like her legs crossed and waits. As she like wrings out her hair, and now all of you can see like her ears that are pointed and then split and then curl under.
Nana will point that out to the others. I saw that
Everyone
inside.
whispering in the thing. Hey guys, look at her. You've seen her ears. And around this time, the Jarl pulls up, and you watch him look up at her, and he's like,
I imagine Nana has her arm sticking out with the flare, just like an arm outside the rope trick.
unsettling.
Flare.
There's just an arm and a woman he doesn't know, and he like looks and he's like, would you like a ride? That would be appreciated. Thank you very much. And she like floats down and steps onto the boat. Later inside the other plane or space, they can come out.
Hello.
He's like, oh, okay.
N-
But pulls the boat close enough where you guys could like swing and step into the boat and then help each other in.
hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Sweet.
Excellent. Nana will touch down on boat and help people down onto boat.
You all make it into the boat, and he's looking at this woman who did not go down with you, and she's like,
Yeah.
I am Eliona. It is a pleasure to meet you. And he extends a hand to, hold her hand like this. Ivan Frey. And kisses her hand. And that is where we are going to stop for today. You've all made it out. You did it. No one's dead.
No one died!
Not yet.
Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. We love getting to tell you guys a story. Here at the Dice Call, we got a lot of stuff going on. On Tuesdays, we have Legends of Thea, one by Fwank.
Whom we miss,
Dungeons
but we
and
deal
Dragons,
with.
5e. Bring a snack, bring a drink, watch people beat the shit out of monsters. They're currently finding a unicorn. It's rad as hell.
Very rad. They were
I'm
fighting like a
personally fan of
sadness
unicorn,
demon.
and I'm sad
last
I haven't
time.
put one in my game yet, but maybe I will.
Mm.
And on Wednesdays, we have cordially invited Dungeons and Dragons 5e over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Dice Cult. That is where you can also watch all of our past episodes. And if you're interested in seeing on what happened before, how did they meet, how did the story begin, you can head on over and find out. Cordially Invited is about running a royal wedding, which I'm not even gonna be coy anymore. Is violence is struggling. Everybody's struggling to make this wedding come together. A lot of attacks, a lot of violence, and maybe something got a little spicy, but there's only one way to find out. And you have
what's
to go
a royal
watch.
wedding without at least one slap fight,
It
guys?
isn't like a single spice at this wedding. how royal could it be?
Exactly.
I believe this is the off week, so it gives you a chance to catch up. But it'll be up next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And currently on Saturdays, Vampire the Masquerade and the Mask of Remaining Light has come to its conclusion. A full vampire story come full circle. And if you're interested in watching said completed vampire story, as you wait for maybe things on the horizon, you can head over to YouTube and catch our shenanigans via Being Vampires. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. I just posted some of the art that could be found inside of the tower. If you're like, what do these people look like? I got you. And that's it. Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. Love telling a story, and we will be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Love you, cultists.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.